Greetings and welcome back to the channel. We're again in our series, Eschatology series. We've been talking about the Last Judgment, and today we're going to do the Last Judgment T account. This is part 5 of the Last Judgment T account. So most of you who know me, you know when I compare and contrast things, if you've been following me in the ministry, I do these T accounts. This is an old accounting setup, the way you would set up liabilities and assets and liabilities. So this is how I like to compare and contrast things. So today, we're going to be going through our foundational scriptures for Christ's throne judgment seat and the great white throne judgment seat. To help you understand, these are two different judgment seats. We've been talking about, once before, we talked about the divine judicial system. So in the divine judicial system, you go before two different judgment seats. The believer goes before the Christ throne judgment seat, and the unbeliever goes before the great white throne judgment seats. We're going to be going through these in detail later, but today I just want to go through the foundational scriptures. One of our first foundational scriptures we're going to talk about on the Christ throne judgment seats is found in Romans 14, 10 through 12. But why do thou judge thy brother? Or why do thou set at naught thy brother? Look at this. For we shall all stand before what? The judgment seat of Christ. For it is written, as I live, said the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God. So we're going to continue to focus on this side, on the Christ throne judgment seat. All right? 1 Corinthians 3, 10 through 15. According to the grace of God, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. For no for other foundations can no man lay than is laid, which is what? Jesus Christ. Now, if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stone, wood, hay, let's continue, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest. So it's going to be judged. For the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. It's going to be judged by fire. And the fire shall what? Test, try every man's work, okay, for what sort it is. If a man work abideth, which he had built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet as by fire. So the believer's work is going to be tested by fire at Christ's throne's judgment seat to determine, okay, what his reward will be. Let's continue with our foundational scriptures here. 2 Corinthians 5, 9 through 10. Wherefore we labor, that whether present or absent, that we may be accepted of him. For we must all appear where? Before the judgment seat of Christ, that every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad. So these are foundational scriptures that we just established for Christ's throne judgment seat. So let's look at the other side of our T account, right? Where the non-believers will go before the great white throne judgment seat. Revelation 20, 11 through 15, one of our foundational scriptures. And I saw a great white throne, okay? Great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away. And there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the book were opened, and another book was opened, which was what? The book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the book according to their works, right? And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. All right. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. White throne judgment seat. You see it right here. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was what? Cast into the lake of fire. Let's look at our final scripture we want to talk about. And it is appointed unto men once to die. Everybody experience physical death, but that's not the end. But after this, there is a judgment that we need to understand. I want to thank you for your time. We're covering these particular subjects because it's my belief that these are subjects that are undertaught, underappreciated, and misunderstood. So we're going to try to bring some clarity as we continue with this teaching on the last judgment. May God bless you and keep you till we have an opportunity to bring you another word in the future. God bless you, my friend.